Today I'm going to take you through the settings of my KTM Machina Cross e-bike and show you which specific modes I personally prefer and exactly how I set them up. To be able to adjust the different modes on my e-bike, I've paired the bike with the Bosch eBike Flow app. Most of you have probably already done this, and then I can configure everything through the individual settings. But for that, the bike has to be turned on and connected to the Flow app, and you need to make sure both the bike and the app are ready before making any changes. Otherwise, we can't make any changes to the bike itself. Once we've done that, you'll see individual riding modes right on the home screen here. And here you can see right now I only have the eco mode on here. I've just reset everything for the video. But I'm going to be keeping the eco mode active at all times because that's my safety net in case the battery ever gets low or runs out of charge unexpectedly. By simply tapping on the eco mode button, we can then go ahead and fine-tune exactly how we want the mode to be set up and customized to our preferences. Since for me personally, this is really a mode or setting I use when there's only 1 bar or half a bar of charge left, I would definitely turn down the maximum power because I don't necessarily need the full 600 watts. If it really comes down to it, then I might go with 300 watts, just half, and save a whole lot of energy that way. Same goes for the torque. Here too, 50 Newton meters is quite easily enough torque for me to keep going in a situation like that and to help save a significant amount of energy overall. That's also what a Bosch active line motor usually has, by the way. The other settings, like assistance, which is said to provide up to 60% of your own pedaling power, I'll leave this just as it is for now. And as for dynamics and maximum speed, all of that remains unchanged as well. So that's how I would personally set up the eco mode on this e-bike. And then of course you can always add more riding modes because I'm not quite that sporty or athletic that I only ever ride in the light turned down eco mode. Through the customize list option in the menu, you'll also find all the different modes that are available for your e-bike right here. We really have a wide selection here, since the KTM Machina Cross, as the name suggests, is a mix of a trekking and a mountain bike. KTM has also unlocked the EMTB modes and the tour modes for us here. So I find that really convenient. Now let's go from the bottom up through each mode. I've already set the eco mode as my basic emergency mode. And then I'm a big fan of the Tour Plus mode and also the auto mode. And for me, it's just part of the e-bike experience, the turbo mode. For when it gets really steep or I'm in a hurry or I just want to, show off a bit and take off quickly from the traffic light, then of course nothing better than the turbo mode. Those are my 4 favorite options that I would ride with on this bike, for sure. With the check mark, it saves all of your settings and preferences, transfers it directly to the bike for your convenience, and the modes are available. As we can see, we've customized the eco mode and now we can do the same for the other modes. Because in Tour Plus mode, which is actually really the mode I personally use most often when I'm out with friends, when I want to go on a long enjoyable tour, need a good amount of range and want a relaxed, comfortable ride. So for me, there's really no reason at all to tap into the motor's maximum power. I'd easily turn that down to 500 watts here. And for the maximum torque, I don't need the 85 Newton meters that immediately push me forward. So here, 70 or 65 Newton meters are absolutely enough for me. And as I've said, I don't really like it when it jumps forward like that. We've already turned that down a bit, but I'd also, significantly lower the dynamic range to about -3 so that we don't have this jumping, as I always call it, at a traffic light or while riding, but instead it rides really smoothly and evenly. And most importantly, I've saved a lot of energy, which means more range, by lowering the performance data and setting up the Tour Plus mode this way for myself. The auto mode, that's actually my personal favorite. It simply ensures that I can really pedal how I want and consistently maintain a constant speed even when we're on different types of terrain. That's why I would definitely leave the 85 Newton meters and also the 600 watts as they are, so that if it's really necessary, when we hit a steep hill, the motor can release its maximum assistance. For the dynamics, at most, I might go back 1 or 2 steps. That's just a personal preference. You have to decide for yourself on your bike how you feel with it. And last but not least, turbo mode. Here I have already mentioned that I want the maximum power in this mode, so I will increase the support level a little further, maybe up to +3, The dynamic range is absolutely fine as it is. For maximum output, I have set the peak values of 85 Newton meters and 600 watts, which is the limit for this Gen 4 CX motor, but this definitely gives the mode the strongest possible support. On a Gen 5 motor, I could also upgrade this to 100 Newton meters, which I would definitely do in turbo mode because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And we could also increase the power to 750 watts if we had a newer motor. But even this is absolutely enough for me in turbo mode and for the purposes I use this bike for. And that gives you a brief insight into how I personally set up the modes on my bike, so you can see my approach and maybe adapt it for your own ride. And now I'd be interested to know what it's like on your bike. What are your favorite modes and what adjustments might you have made? Feel free to write it in the comments. I look forward to discussing it with you. If you like the video, then please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And if you have questions, put them in the comments too, and we'll see you again here soon.